Chapter 2, What is Natural Healing? Yes, I know, natural healing sounds like one of those new age panacea phrases like submit to a hot chocolate coffee enema and all your problems will be solved and you'll receive blissful enlightenment on the mountain of sunshine. I'm not talking about that. By natural healing, I mean trying to eat and exercise like your ancestors. You are a zookeeper and you're in charge of the chimpanzees. How will you get the chimpanzees to be as healthy as possible and to live as long as possible? Well, it seems like the thing to do is study how do they live under optimal conditions in the wild. You want to know what's their optimal diet, what's their optimal day-night cycle, what's their optimal pattern of social relationships. Well, why don't we do the same thing for humans? For humans, what is the optimal diet? I can tell you, it's a vegan diet with 95% plant-based, or at least 90% plant-based. What's the optimal day-night cycle? To be active in the day and to sleep at night. We're made to work that way. What's the optimal pattern of social relationships? Well, you want to try to get along with people as well as you can, but now let's talk about meat, because I can tell you lots of people say, well, I love meat. I'm a meat eater. I was born to be a meat eater. I'd say, oh, really? Imagine you're driving your car down the street, and right in front of you, a deer gets hit by a car. You get this intense urge that you want to pull over, get down on your knees, take a bite out of it, and drink its blood and chew on its brains. Can your teeth even pierce its flesh? If you're like most people, that sounded disgusting. You don't have any fangs. You are not a carnivore like a cat. Cats have a fixed forward jaw so they can kill with one bite. People have a multi-directional jaw for grinding plants. How would you survive on the savannah? With your bare hands, you would get whooped by an antelope or a zebra. You couldn't catch them, and if you did, they would bite you or kick you. Cats have amino acid taste receptors at the tip of their tongue. You have taste receptors for carbohydrates at the tip of your tongue. Your saliva contains an enzyme called amylase for digesting carbohydrates. That's from plant foods. A cat can make its own vitamin C because it doesn't get hardly any from meat, whereas humans can't synthesize their own vitamin C because there's tons of it when you eat plant foods from the plants. Now, let's talk about what you're naturally made to eat. If we put a bowl of fruit on the table in front of you, you would salivate, okay, because you're made for that. Now, what's plant-based diet got to do with natural healing? Well, when you eat what you are designed to eat, which means plant foods, your body tends to heal itself, and your body tends to optimize its body weight. When you eat plant foods, your blood viscosity is decreased, it's optimized. It means your blood is thinner in a good way. And this improves blood supply to all the different tissues of your body, which improves healing. We're going to talk more about this later, but the bottom line is this. Eating meat has a lot of saturated fat. Saturated fat causes red blood cells, the things that supply oxygen for you, to stick together like a stack of coins called rouleau formation. And that makes it harder for your tissues to receive optimal amounts of oxygen and glucose. So if you want something to heal, it's one of the first things to pay attention to is optimizing blood supply.